What's up, everybody? It's your girl Michi G, and I'm back with another video. Today's video, this is the first of this type of segment, I guess, where I have transparency moments about different things and grief. Today's video is going to be about anxiety and grief. The two go hand in hand. If you have lost someone, you know, you probably 9 times out of 10 you have dealt with anxiety, or maybe you don't know that you have. So that's what this video is about. Before I get into the video though, make sure you stop. You know, if you're not a part of my channel, or if you're not a subscriber of mine, stop what you're doing and click that red subscribe button right there. Right there. And click the bell, just so that you're in the know about when I drop my videos. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into anxiety and grief. So first of all, what is anxiety? Anxiety is intense, excessive, persistent worrying and fear about a situation. Some of the symptoms of anxiety include, or how it affects your body, includes like you might get a fast heart rate, you might have rapid breathing, sweating, just anxious all the time, like you're just on edge. And with anxiety, your body kind of goes into high alert, so you're like in super like fight or flight mode. So that's anxiety. If you've experienced any of those things after you've lost someone, 9 times out of 10 you have probably been dealing with anxiety and maybe you just didn't know it. So what is grief? Obviously, if you've lost someone, you know what grief is. Grief is a response to loss. So it could be the loss of a loved one, loss of a situation. It's just your response to the loss of something. So I bet you didn't know that grief actually has an effect on your like physical body. So if you've experienced like back pain, sometimes chest pain, joint pain, headaches, or stiffness, it's probably... I know it might be underlying issues with health maybe, but those are symptoms of grief. Those are results of grief in your body and how it shows up in your body. Those pains pretty much just come from an overwhelming amount of stress that you put on your body. Energy is very prevalent, so the more that you stress or worry about something, such as having anxiety, the more that actually dampens like certain muscles, certain joints. Excuse me. So if you've lost someone and you're thinking, if you're like me, because I have anxiety really bad, and I'm such a, I guess what's the word, a hypochondriac, where I'm like, okay, this is hurting. What's going on? Do I got cancer? Do I have this? Do I have that? And like, no, sometimes nothing is wrong with you. You're just simply grieving. So if those have happened to you, it's normal. It's normal. Keep calm. So I have dealt with anxiety for some time now. I'm going to go ahead right now and insert some clips. If you've been watching my journey up until this point and catching up with my videos, first of all, if you're not caught up on my videos, go back and watch my last 3 videos. I did a documentary on me writing my book about losing my mother. And in that documentary, I kind of talked about how I dealt with anxiety. And so I'm going to include some clips that I didn't include in my documentary right here. So check it out. I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety lately. One, because I have a podcast that I'm dropping. If I haven't already announced it, I'll be announcing it soon. And it's like so much is happening like right here when I'm supposed to like be recording and getting some of this stuff out. And it's just getting to a point where I'm having like a panic attack, because I'm like, oh my God, am I even capable of like pulling stuff off like this? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm getting emotional. Because I know how dope the ideas that I have, the question, like the impact that my podcast is going to make on people. Oh my God, like, I know it's big, but I'm just I'm dealing with doubt right now. Like, even with my book, I'm like, man, it might not even get out in time. Like, can I pull this off? I don't know. I'm just really, really doubting myself. I just want to have a little transparency moment. I don't know what it is about October every year. This is the month I lost my mother. Right before October gets here, in those first couple of weeks, my anxiety is always high for whatever reason. Oh my gosh. And this is no different. And I just really struggle right now with, can I pull this all off? Like, I have so much to do in so little time, and I'm focused on getting it done, but I'm doubting myself. And oh my God, like, why is doubt such a strong thing? Like, I know I'm capable of so much more, and I'm telling myself, like, you got this, like, you got this, it's gonna work out. But I'd be lying to y'all if I said that I just knew I had everything together and I didn't struggle with anything. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with everything. Life, this child, everything. That sounds incredibly bad. I'm not really struggling with life. I'm struggling just with execution and motivation to do it. Because I'm talking myself out of it as I doubt myself. That's my transparency moment for today. I just visited my dad to check on him. Didn't really have such a good week. So I went by to check on him and give love and yeah. But I just wanted to share that little piece because I found myself getting emotional driving home. I will say 2 things that help me with anxiety is working out. I've been listening to my body more, telling me what I need to do. And in terms of anxiety, my body's telling me I need to work out. I need to get active. I need to, I work a job. I'm just getting off work. Name badge. But I have an office job, so I'm not as active except for on the weekends when I don't have anything to do. I'm headed with my husband to go get some quick laps in, relieve some of that anxiety, some of that stress. I'm starting to feel better, but I just wanted to let y'all know, like, it's a process. I don't have it all together. Today is a better day for anxiety for me, but yeah. Still in the back of my mind, I worry. I naturally worry. I naturally worry about how this book is going to be perceived. Like, will people actually be able to relate to me? Will they not? Will it come off in a way that I didn't intend for it to come off? Like a lot of chapters in my book, will they be like, I don't know. I'm human. I'm human. I worry about a lot of stuff I shouldn't be worrying about, which can be a good sign because most of the time when I stress and I worry about something that I've worked on or that I'm working on, it usually is the opposite. I usually have nothing to worry about. It usually turns out amazing, perfect. So I find a little hope in knowing that, okay, so my book probably will do good, but I can't control, I can't turn it off. I can't turn my worrying, my stressing off. I can't turn my anxiety off as much as I would love to. So yeah. So as you can see from those clips, anxiety really took over my life at that time of me writing my book. I was stressed out every day, all the time, more than I even showed or even had footage for. But anxiety is a whole nother beast. So if you're experiencing anxiety, you're not alone, trust me. So I think that for me, my anxiety came from losing my mother. I kind of wrote about it in my book. If you haven't gotten my book, link will be in the bio. But I spent every day next to my mother, literally by her side from when she was perfectly healthy to like the very end. So I always observed every single change in her health, change in her body, the way she walked, the way she talked, every little detail about my mother I studied. And so now that she's gone, like when I feel, I don't know, it kind of taught me how to listen to my body, which is a good thing, but it can be a bad thing as well. So sometimes I listen to my body too much and I might have like my knee pop and I'm like, okay, what is that? What is that? Like I'm on edge. Now I'm stressing. Now I'm Googling things. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like I take it from here and go way somewhere else with that. And that goes back to the definition of anxiety: persistent, intense, excessive worrying or fear about a certain situation. So yes, I think that is, if I had to diagnose myself, I think that is where my anxiety came from. Also, now that I kind of have identified the fact that I have anxiety, I can't help but wonder, like, have I always had anxiety and I just didn't know? And if I'm being honest with myself, I think that I've always had social anxiety because, like, crowds of people, whether it's family, friends, whoever, just knowing that people... So outside of this YouTube channel, I'm a behind the scenes kind of girl. I don't like all the attention, contrary to how it may seem. So when it comes to being around a lot of people, I'm so like anxious. I'm like, oh my God, do I have something wrong with me? My mind is over analyzing the situation as a whole, from conversations to what I have on, the whole shebang. So I think that I've always had social anxiety, but I I don't think that I've ever had anxiety, like regular anxiety, until losing my mom. I think that I just was unaware. When you've seen someone pretty much pass and deteriorate in front of you, I think it makes you more aware. So I think that's why now I have anxiety. Whereas before I was so carefree. I was like, oh, I hit my knee, I hurt it, oh well, it's no big deal. Like, put some dirt on it and go, you know. So yeah, unfortunately, that is a side effect, I guess, of grief for me. How has grief and anxiety changed my life? It's changed my life. Grief as a whole has changed my life. I think that, again, once you've seen someone go on that journey and eventually pass away to, like, going through illness, it just teaches you how precious life is and how much we just really take life for granted. Like, there's so many people that just want to be here. They want that chance to, like, see their kids grow up. They want to see their kids get married. You know, all these milestones. And unfortunately, some people don't get that opportunity. You know, we woke up today, but there's so many people that didn't, and that is a blessing. So to see life change in front of you, for me personally, it changed me, because like now everything's so serious. Now I don't waste time. Like, if I'm meeting with people, like, okay, what time are we meeting? Like, I'm more like, no, I'm not wasting no time. I try to schedule fun, but it just made me more about my business. Anxiety has taught me how to be patient with myself. It's taught me how to find healthier, it's taught me how to dig deep within myself to find healthier solutions, to become a better me, if that makes sense. So, but all in all, it's definitely changed me. It's something that's always ongoing. Okay, so how I deal with or handle anxiety, as you again have seen from my previous videos, one of the ways, or really two of the ways that I handle anxiety is one, writing about it. I still have a journal. If I had it with me, I would show you what my journal looks like, but I write. Maybe not every day, but I write. Like, if I have a bad day or I'm stressed out, I'm like, oh, I'm about to fight. I want to fight somebody. I don't fight. But if I'm like, I'm angry, I write about it. If I'm sad, I write about it, just to get that emotion out. Also, I go exercise. I go for a walk. Me and my husband, if you haven't watched my last video, we go hiking all the time. Yes, even in the wintertime. We're about that hiking life. So really just being one with nature and being in the woods and away from the city and the noise and social media, it really helps you to get your thoughts together. It allows you to think. It allows you space to just, you know, make yourself whole again. So that's how I try to handle. I try my best. I'm not perfect at it. As a matter of fact, this series as a whole, especially grief and anxiety, will probably be a reoccurring video. Maybe I'll do a 6-month update to see how I better handle anxiety. Oh, I do want to say, from a herbal standpoint, so if you've read my book, I talked about my very first anxiety attack I had. And shortly after the anxiety attack, I did not put this in the book, I started taking or drinking ashwagandha tea. And ashwagandha is a herb that's very, it helps with like depression and anxiety and things like that. And so I can say that after that first anxiety attack, I was drinking the tea regularly, and I didn't have an anxiety or a panic attack for like a year or so. Like, it was a long time. Until pretty much I stopped drinking. I was drinking it and I started eating horrible again. So I'm actually going to start back drinking the ashwagandha tea. And maybe for my 6-month update, I will let you guys know how it's been going, because anxiety has honestly been whooping my butt here recently. Ever since October, once the book got released and all that. So yeah, I will update you guys. But yes, that's pretty much it. That is me, my life, and anxiety. So if you guys can resonate with that, comment below, like this video, share this video. Also, you know, I'm open. I conversate with everybody. Like, comment below if you identify with this video, if you struggle with anxiety as a means of grief, as a side effect of grief. Comment below and let's start that conversation, because it's more common than you think. And as promised, I'll see you guys with this particular video in 6 months. Other than that, see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye.